Welcome back to another episode of Bricks and Bones podcast. Today's episode is sponsored by, well, nobody.
Absolutely nobody.
We don't really have any sponsored yet, but we're getting there and we're trying to get there. And hey, if you'd like to sponsor the show, hit us up.
We'd love it, honestly.
We really would.
By the way, like, just in case you haven't been watching for the past couple weeks, I'm Becca, and this is
Oh yeah, I'm Nick. Yeah, I forgot to yeah, we didn't do any introductions. I just assume you know by now.
Exactly. You should.
But today, I think you'll notice something a little different. Normally, I have the laptop in front of me, and I'm the one showing clips. Today, Becca has decided on herself that she's the captain now. And
I'm scared. I hope y'all like my TikToks.
And she's going to be showing us her TikToks, her clips, her videos, and she's kind of running the ship today. So we'll see. Let's see how this goes.
It's probably gonna suck. I'm just kidding.
Andrew, any optimism at all, buddy? No?
Becca's a good person.
What? That's the nicest thing you've ever said to me.
Honestly, that's the nicest thing I think anybody's ever said to you. But
probably.
Moving on. Do you have something for us to start with at least?
I do. I have something that's going to cleanse the palate.
Okay.
And also
start as
fresh, a good laugh, and also it's just very how do I want to say this? It's reminiscent of our weekend.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
All right, so we can watch it and then describe it, and then we'll get into our weekend,
this one I'm not playing the sound, so I'll tell you what song is playing.
Okay. So no headphones needed, or
you don't need headphones this time.
Okay, cool. Let's check it out.
Okay. I'll sing it for you. Don't be suspicious. Don't be suspicious.
Is that a dog walking on two legs?
Yeah. It's so cute. Look, it starts at the top of the sidewalk, walking only on two legs. Looks like a person, but his arms in front are like wobbly like this. Now the song on the background is "Don't Be Suspicious." It's like really popular right now. It's from Parks and Rec.
Yeah. I don't know how I feel about that.
I think it's really funny. Look at it. Oh,
yeah, but why is he walking on two legs? Like, did the owner teach him to do that, or?
I don't know, but I just thought it was so cute, and like his little tail's going back and forth, and his legs are like kind of like one of those power walkers at the mall, you know, with like the sneakers, and like they go really early in the morning, and they like take like 10 laps before the mall actually opens.
Well, I don't think that's happening right now.
No,
because you know COVID,
yo,
gang. I wish we had air horns. I still need to get that soundboard thing. I got to work on that. But
I think you should.
Yeah, but. Yeah, I don't know how I feel about this whole.
You know, is this not a palate cleanser?
I just don't know if that's good for the dog. This is actually disappointing to me.
Oh, okay.
This TikTok sucks.
Really?
This is the worst.
Okay, well then I have another one.
Yeah, I need something else.
All
Andrew,
right.
Andrew, what do you think?
Yeah, actually, Andrew, let me know. Give me some feedback.
Have you ever seen the other videos of little poodles walking around on their back legs?
No.
Don't watch the behind the scenes. They beat the crap out of them.
Oh!
Andrew! Oh my god!
Oh no!
That's terrible!
It's not fun. Like, it's very upsetting.
Oh, Becca,
And
you
then
picked the worst talk to
I'm
start
sorry,
off with.
I didn't know.
Literally your first day on the job, and you just are striking
Yo,
out.
listen, it's all right. You can fire me. Like, it's all good.
You're done. Give me the laptop.
No,
I'm
okay.
just kidding. Let's
All
see.
right.
What else you got? I'd
All
like
right.
to see. I need something to cleanse my palate from that shit, especially.
Okay, well, this one's also sad, but also really
Why are we
cute.
watching sad shit?
It's
Do
not
we need
sad. It's
headphones for this?
no. This is just really fun. Well, this
Do we
one.
need headphones though?
No, I don't think so.
Oh, okay.
I'm sorry. I'm not good at this yet. So this one is just really funny, and I thought it made me think of Winnie.
Okay, well, let's describe it while we watch it for those that are
Okay.
just listening.
Oh shit.
That looks like the same one that we just watched.
You know what, Nick? Why don't you be quiet?
Oh
Leave me
man.
alone. Technical difficulties.
I love this. See, now everybody knows. It's not as easy
It's
as
not
it
easy. I
looks.
know
This
that.
shit
I'm
is
sorry.
hard. This shit is hard. Unless you're Andrew.
Yeah.
For some reason, for him, it's easy. He's controlling this whole thing. He's puppet master.
Unplug it and plug it back in.
Oh, okay. Unplug it and plug it back in.
Yeah.
All right. Thanks, Andrew.
Oh, this sounds a lot like the first episode.
Plug it in. Plug it in. Let me
See,
sing
at
for
least
everybody.
you had that joke with you. That's actually pretty solid.
Thank you. I tried really hard
That
and
was- I
thought
don't
about
think
it for
you
a long
did.
time.
I think it just came out, and I think
Thank
that
you.
was really good.
I appreciate that.
Yeah, I'm impressed.
You impress me every day.
You know what impresses me?
My TikToks?
Yeah, that, and also when my cousin Steve smokes a cigarette. But that only happens every now and then. Anyway.
That's
go
right.
ahead.
Only on special occasions.
Yep.
And it's only because he wants to really impress you.
It's
Okay.
impressive every time.
All right.
I want to see this TikTok. Andrew, are we ready to roll?
Yep.
All
Okay.
right.
Oh, okay. What's this? I caught my dog chewing on furniture, so I put him in timeout, and he frowned so hard he looked like he was going to cry.
Look at his frown.
Oh, man. Becca. You're striking out left and right. with
Okay,
these
but I got
TikToks
one
today.
more.
I feel really upset watching this. All right, so for those of you that are just listening, this is a chocolate lab
very
sitting in the
cute.
corner of his house.
He's next to a window.
He's
with
next to a
blinds
window. It
down.
almost looks like we're here in Andrew's house somewhere. And this lab's just sitting in the corner,
He's really sad.
and he's just looking really sad, and he's just got a real sad frown. And somebody told him he wasn't a good boy, and I think that's pretty messed up.
It is
And the
messed
fact
up.
that you bring this up, Beck, like, we're trying to vibe. We're trying to be
I know,
happy.
but
We're
here's
trying-
the thing.
you know, like,
I had
look,
3
dude,
TikToks.
this is like, trying to be happy.
I know. I'm trying to create a theme.
What sad shit? All right, everybody. See you next week.
Wait, let me get
Tune out now if
let
you're
me
not
get
trying to
my
be
other
depressed. Huh? You got one?
one more. Not as depressing.
Not
Look.
as depressing?
This one's actually funny because it's relative.
Does it have music, or can I put my headphones on?
It has music, but we can't play it because it's copyrighted.
So again, we're watching without headphones.
Okay, ready?
Okay, here we go.
So the song that it plays on this one is that "Coffee for Your Head" song.
I hate that song.
It's really sad, but okay. So in this video,
It's
this
fitting though.
his little dog is getting a bath, and he's like really sad because there's like soap on him, and he's getting scrubbed down.
All right, so I'm going to clarify really quick. The only reason that Becca's even getting the slightest bit emotional over this is because
I'm not emotional.
she's had to bathe Winnie like 2 or 3 times this week. And
I think it's really like relatable to anybody that has a dog that has allergies. So the reason I picked all of these videos because they were dog related. And so we babysat my mom's dog this weekend, Lucy. And Lucy and Winnie, they're like best buds. Like they play together all the time. And like when they do get to play, like it's been a while because of quarantine, and my mom had a wedding this weekend, so we took Lucy for her to try to like let them have a night to themselves, like a little date night.
a little bit of a date.
And it was just so freaking cute. Like they had the best time. I think we need another dog. I'm like,
You're going to bring this up now?
yeah, I think we need another dog. So, okay, here's the thing. Winnie,
Dude, what the hell? First of all, honestly, I'm actually taken back by that because
I'm not kidding.
No, I
I'm
know,
thinking
but we
about it all
literally
day.
we
We just took her back yesterday.
I'm honestly
I'm
like,
not kidding.
I'm confused right now
Wait,
because
why?
it's like, because this weekend was like, it was like, I thought we were both on the same page. Like, all right, like having another dog is great and all, but we need a fenced in yard and all that kind of stuff.
I know.
And now today you're like, nah, let's just go get another one.
Okay, all right.
Like,
So
what?
So here's the thing. So having another dog would be difficult. But if we got another dog, I think that we would go for like a younger dog, like closer to a puppy age, I think.
Oh, you think?
Yeah, I think that's what I'd like. And then they would get used to our routine. Whereas like, so Lucy, so at my mom's house, they have like an electric fence. And so Lucy doesn't have to be on a leash. So when she was at our house, She had to be on a leash, and she didn't really. It's not that she didn't like it, but she was so she's used to being outside all the time, and where we're at, we don't have that luxury, because we live on like a busy street, and the cars are passing, so you don't just let your dog out unless they're
You should
trained.
have seen this dog though. It's like you put her on a leash and she looks at you like she's an SPCA dog, and you're just kind
Yeah.
of like, you know what? This isn't necessary. Okay, like it's a little ridiculous. She's like looking at you and she's like, do I really have to be on this leash? It's like, yeah, all right, put on some My Chemical Romance and tune it out. Just be a little emo and deal with it. You got to shit in the yard with a leash on one
No.
night. In
No, I
one
know.
night.
So like that was the hard part, because like I compared it to having a sleepover with like your kids who are probably around like 8 to 10, like 4th grade or whatever, and they don't really want to they want to have the sleepover, but like they're scared because they haven't slept over at another kid's house yet. This was Lucy's first sleepover, also like outside of her house. So like we had a little hiccup, and our hiccup was so we didn't think about this. Like we didn't think about like introducing her to our bedroom earlier in the day. So, and we live in a twin. So when we took her up to bed, she was sniffing around and she just kept on barking like really loud.
It's 11 o'clock at night and she's barking her whole head off. And this dog is like a hound.
She's a hound.
It's like, this is not, and I'm talking bigger than a beagle. Like she's some sort of hound dog. And
She's so cute.
God,
So
she's
freaking
so
cute.
cute. But let me tell you, that bark cracked open my rectum and I couldn't breathe.
He was so
that loud.
nervous because like he thought it would wake up our neighbors, which it might have, but it was 10:30. It was a Saturday night. Like they're young, like they're fine, right? Right, they're fine. So anyway, so he freaked out, and I was like, all right, well then I'll go sleep downstairs with her. It's like all good. Like we went downstairs, and she still tried to bark, but then when I was like, girl, we have to go to bed. I was up super early. I've been off for a week since quarantine, so my sleep schedule's crap, like shitty crap. You need to go to sleep. And then she looked at me, jumped on the recliner, fell asleep. And I was like, fuck yeah, this is the best shit ever. But it was like having a kid sleepover, because it's like you don't call the parents, because it's like, unless it's really bad, obviously. Like you try not to call the parents, because it's like, this is like, you gotta do this stuff. You gotta sleep over at other people's house.
Do you always breathe that way? And he's like, no, I'm having an asthma attack. And you're like, yeah, no, don't call your mom.
No, you're good. Like just like breathe better. You're fine.
Yeah, just like try and breathe better, bro. And he's like, and you're like, it sounds all right. And then you don't call the kids' parents.
Yeah.
That's like, it was like that having Lucy.
No, it wasn't. It wasn't that bad. Anyway, so the next day, we woke up, did our thing, and like they were just playing so good together, like so sweet. And so Nick and I like have issues, like we don't we freak out in situations. So when we took Lucy to go drop her off, I had Nick leave the house first with Lucy, acting like he was by himself with her. And then I waited 10 minutes with Winnie so she didn't pick up on the fact that I was going with Lucy.
As to not depress Winnie.
Right.
Because we overthink.
Horribly.
Dogs.
Horribly. And we freaking love them. So that happened. And then when we came home, like this morning when I took her out and she was like sniffing around, she was looking for Lucy. Like she missed her. Like she was sniffing all around.
To be 1,000% honest, I'm pretty sure Lucy was at home and was like, thank God.
I think so. I mean, I don't think Lucy missed our house because her house was way better.
Yeah.
But like when I saw Winnie playing with her and like missing her, I'm like, we need another dog baby. So I think
that's your argument.
So everybody, let's convince Nick to get another dog. Kind of kidding, kind of not. Really want another dog. Like,
is
really
this like
bad.
one of those things where like we should put a poll up? Can we do that on Facebook?
I don't
think
know.
We can.
I think we should.
Polls.
We can do polls?
Yeah.
We should do a poll. Let's
not a stripper poll.
Not a stripper poll. But we should put a poll up. Should we get another dog? Yes or no?
I think Winnie needs a sibling, right? Like Winnie needs a sibling, like a dog sibling, so cute.
And I disagree. So
okay,
fine. It's no, but let's let the audience decide. And then if we do get a new dog, we can let the audience decide the name.
Middle name? Or are we going to do another poll?
First name.
That's really hard.
Let them pick the last name.
Okay.
Shut up. Oh my god. All right, so I
So-
like that your TikToks were all dog themed.
So, but let's go back to the shower dog. Because
the pug?
yeah, so the reason we had to give Winnie, well, I gave Winnie a bath this morning.
2 baths this week.
2 baths this week. She's traumatized. And the reason we are giving her baths is because she has allergies like out the waz. Like anytime she's outside, stepping on the grass, and then she scratches herself. Like we think she has like seasonal allergies or something. But like it's been really bad. So I gave her a bath this week, and then after her and Lucy were inside outside playing all day yesterday with all the spit. Our house literally smells like it smelled disgusting. Like we had to wipe
I woke up,
everything
I walked
down.
downstairs. Becca was down there
disgusting.
before me. I was like, "Did you fart down here?" She was
No,
like, no.
no, it was just dog spit. It was gross. So, and I was like, all right, Winnie, we gotta get you in the bath. So this morning was awful because like that we've never had to give her baths like twice or 3 times or whatever in a week or something. So it's been a long span of time. And she looked at me like she was being abused. I put her in the shower and I'm putting I try to make sure the water's like lukewarm so it doesn't burn her, but it's not cold. I'm like rinsing her down and she looks at me like, oh my god. And then the shampoo that we use is for allergies. It's like an oatmeal almond kind of thing. You have to leave it on for 90 seconds and you don't realize how long 90 seconds are until you're rubbing it on your dog and they're looking at you as if you like beat the crap out of them. And I don't beat the crap out of my dog. Okay. So I'm like rubbing her down, trying to give her good rubs. The water's running. She's freaking out. And Nick walks in and he's like, hey, what's going on? And I'm like, can you just stay in here so when I dry her off, she doesn't think like I'm the worst mom ever?
She does though. And
she thinks I'm the worst. She thinks I'm the worst because I gave her a bath.
Which is just great for me because then I get all the cuddles and
You're the
like
favorite.
Yeah, I am. Oh, I've always been. Come on now.
I don't know. There's other times. It's great.
Andrew, what do you think?
I like Becca more, so.
Well,
thanks,
fuck
Andrew.
you.
I appreciate that shit.
I like Becca more too, but that wasn't the fucking question.
Do you though?
Who does? No, I don't. I like Andrew.
I know you do.
But what? Who does Winnie like more?
I'd say she's most excited when I come over, so.
She really is. She freaks
that
out.
I can agree with.
She freaks out. Like when we get home, like she jumps on us, like all over us. But when Andrew comes in, she looks genuinely excited to see him every single time. Horny?
Horny.
Maybe a little.
Horned up. Andrew walks in. I don't know what he's doing to her dog when he sleeps over, but I don't. He walks in. She's like,
"Sup, Andrew? You cute."
But anyway, to move on from
do we want to move on from dogs? I know.
I'm just gonna say, what's it called? Oh, bestiality.
Bestiality. Oh my bad.
I was like, what's it called when you have sex with an animal? And now I got it. Anyway,
sex with an animal.
We should probably stop saying that because we'll get flagged eventually.
We really will. All right, so I have another one. Don't make fun of me. I write things down.
I'm judging.
Judge me all you want.
You notice the difference when Becca's producing the show. It's organized.
It's
organized, but I'm
both.
but like, can I tell you, I'm freaking out. I want everybody to laugh. I'm like freaking out.
Nobody's laughing.
I know they're not. It's not funny.
I'm just kidding, dude.
It's all good. So I have one. You'll see it and you'll know where I'm going, I think.
Headphones or?
Yeah.
All right, good stuff. Here we go.
Are you ready for me?
I'm ready.
How do you say the food was good in Mexican?
What?
How do you say the food was good in Mexican?
Mexican.
I mean Spanish.
You can tell them, me duele el culo.
Me duele el culo.
Yeah.
Me duele el culo.
Oh no. All right, wait. Pause. You see how red I am? I'm embarrassed for her. Oh shit. All right, hold on a minute. So, oh my god, that actually I can't even believe that fucking dickhead just did that shit. So, oh man, I literally am blushing for her.
So wait,
Oh,
what did he
God.
say?
So he said, all right, so it's a video and it's a girl and a guy. They're at a Spanish restaurant. And the girl says, how do you say the food was good in Mexican? which first of all is racist
That's
as shit.
shitty.
That's just shitty. That's so racist. Like, fuck you, first of all. So if he's just, her Hispanic boyfriend, is probably like, you know what? I'm dating a racist
fuck you
asshole.
up.
I'm about to mess your life up. So he told her, me duele mi culo, which as my ass hurts.
Yeah. So in the comments,
So-
it said that. And I knew that, which is why I wanted to see your reaction
Yeah,
and see if
so-
you said the same thing.
Yeah. So she told the waiter that it hurt her ass, or that her ass hurt. So to her boyfriend, man,
That's gold.
that is
That's gold.
legend.
Can we actually watch it again?
Yeah, can we just one more time? I just love seeing people squirm. I was embarrassed for her at first, but then after thinking about it, this is just too funny.
It's hilarious.
let's
He's
watch.
brilliant.
He is.
Good in Mexican.
What?
How do you say the food was good in Mexican?
Mexican.
I mean Spanish.
You can tell them, me duele el culo.
Me duele a culo.
Yeah.
Me duele a culo. How do you say?
Oh my god, what a stupid ass.
Waiter's face.
What?
Wait, look
How do
again.
you say the food was good in Mexican?
Mexican.
I mean Spanish.
You can tell them, me duele el culo.
Me duele a culo.
Yeah.
Me duele a culo.
Oh wait.
How do you
What
say?
did she get? Fucking nachos?
I don't know.
Like, what the fuck? Like, hold on a minute. Can we just talk about that for a sec? Like, what kind of authentic Mexican shit? Like, you got fucking
Looks
nachos.
like chips and salsa.
It's just chips and salsa, and she's like, "Oh yeah, this is great." Like, what the fuck? You can get that at home.
I just love how he like went back to himself in like selfie mode
Got his
and
own
was like
reaction.
sipping a straw, like just you wait. Like,
Yeah, but
just
how
you
about
wait.
the fact that this motherfucker sitting right next to us did that shit to us?
To us? You really want to say us?
To
Andrew,
you.
what is it that you did to me?
Andrew,
can you
yeah,
identify that for
let's-
everybody?
Yeah, Andrew, explain this shit, because if I'm being honest, all right, let me set this up and then we'll go to Andrew.
I'm also gullible, so let's just put that out there. I'm gullible and I fall for shit. And when people tell me something, I try to believe
Were
you.
we drinking?
No, I was
Okay.
Probably like
driving.
a couple beers, but that was it.
All
We
right,
weren't
so
Oh,
we
yeah,
had
I
a
was
couple
driving, I
beers
wasn't
and we were
drinking.
hungry. No, I'm saying not Becca. I'm saying where you and I.
No, they,
we weren't drunk if we had been.
No,
No.
but we definitely.
no,
had
I
some
wasn't. I
beers.
don't. Honestly, this is more what
This
when
is
I
like her
drink.
first drink in like quarantine, which is crazy because my liver is like.
It might not be
Anyway.
the first. There was an episode where I started drinking and then I switched to water.
Oh,
So
okay. Yeah, my liver's a shriveled up. My liver looks like the chocolate lady from SpongeBob. Remember? Chocolate! That like shriveled up little lady. That's what my liver looks like.
oh,
right now.
okay.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I
When
do.
they're selling chocolate
I'm just like,
and she's in the wheelchair and they wheel her out and she's like, chocolate! And it's like what my liver looks like. Anyway. So anyway, this, I don't even know what we were talking about.
no. So
I
we were
totally
talking
lost it.
about
I just
ordering.
totally derailed the
So,
conversation.
I showed the
Did
video.
you like that? I just crashed the
Your own
fucking-
conversation. You
Yeah.
started to
I started it and then I derailed my own conversation.
Oh.
Anyway, sorry. Go ahead.
That's disappointing.
It's the worst.
I'm just kidding. So we were watching that video about the girl asking how to say like the food's good in Mexican, and then
Right.
said corrected herself, said it was Spanish. And then so her boyfriend gave her the phrase, which
Me duele.
yeah, can you do
El
that? I'm
culo.
not good at that. I'm really sorry.
Me duele el culo,
Me duele el culo,
which means my ass hurts.
which is hilarious. And then she said it to the waiter, and he laughed right in her face. I freaking loved every second of it. But the reason I brought this up was because that one time Andrew
Mhm.
fucked me up.
This piece of crap.
Listen, okay, so in quarantine, I've been in this really shitty spot where I'm like into Taco Bell right now, and like it's not something that I'm trying to admit and be like, "Yo, everybody do this," because it sucks, honestly. But like the little,
It's an obsession.
it's not an obsession. I just really like the shredded chicken burrito. It's $2.99.
Not a sponsor.
Not a sponsor, and that's just been like my go-to thing lately.
But you could be Taco Bell.
It would talk about could be
Imagine
you.
this, Taco Bell. $2.99 shredded chicken burrito.
We would even get rid of Groot for you.
Yeah, we could put in a shredded chicken burrito just right there.
Yo,
if you guys just sponsor us.
Like
it's all good.
Can you get a big one though?
Just fuck it. Anyway, sorry. Watch our past videos if you don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. Anyway, to set up Andrew. Because
I just did.
No, we pulled up to Taco Bell.
Yeah. All right. Okay. We pulled up to Taco Bell, and I went into the drive-thru, and I knew what I wanted. Nick knew what he wanted. Andrew knew what he wanted, but then he chose to have
a curveball.
He threw a curveball, which I was like, I don't know the menu at Taco Bell that well. I have like a couple go-tos, and that's what I get. But he threw me off.
So let's hear
What
it,
is it
Andrew.
that you wanted, Andrew?
I told Becca, she said, what do you want? I said, nothing. She goes, what do you want? I said, could you just get me the Verde sauce? Like, all I want is just a couple packets of the Verde sauce. And Becca didn't realize that A, that was ever a sauce at Taco Bell. And B, they discontinued it like 2 years ago.
So, my dumbass, I was like, because if you're ever like the driver in a drive-thru situation and you're like trying to spit everybody's order off, it's stressful a little because you're like, you want to make sure it's right. You want to make sure that you don't take long because usually like there's somebody behind you. And so I'm trying to do this and I'm like, do you guys have Verde sauce? And they're like,
they're like, what the
what
fuck?
Are you what? And I'm
then
like,
Becca's like,
I'm like
salsa verde?
Salsa verde.
And they're like, what the fuck are you talking about? We got mild, hot, and regular.
Volcano.
Fucking volcano.
And I was like, all right, well, and then I look back at Andrew and I'm like, what? Are you sure that's what you wanted? And he's like, they don't make it anymore. I was
and
like, you fucking asshole.
His fucking phone's out.
He's filming it the whole time. I was like, so embarrassed. It was the worst shit ever.
It actually was pretty hilarious, but
I was embarrassed, but it's funny now. It's very funny now.
I was embarrassed
can
for you though.
Has that ever happened to you guys?
What?
Or something like where you do that kind of thing? Or something similar?
Yeah. Actually. So there's one time, actually I believe it was me, my buddy Josh, and my buddy Brennan. And I'm trying to remember, I think Evan was there.
Hey Evan, you're a boner.
Yeah, Evan. Shout out to Evan, our resident boner, and Matt, and everybody.
No,
else,
sorry.
We're supposed to be giving shout outs, and that's what we're doing. Anyway, so
you're missing one. Just name the last one.
No,
it's Tony. No.
You're right. It's Tony.
There we go. We got all our shout outs.
It's Tony. It's not Fran. Fran could subscribe separately, but she doesn't. Anyway, moving forward.
Does she know she's supposed to though?
No. Anyway,
That's so
gosh,
shitty.
I can't wait for that text. Anyway, so moving forward, the one time it was me, Brennan, and I guess Josh, and I think Evan. I'm not sure. Could be wrong. Sorry, guys. Long time ago. But we went to Walmart for something, and then we pull in. It was like it was Chick-fil-A or something like that. We're pulling into the drive-thru, and I roll down my window, and you know how polite they are at Chick-fil-A?
So, like, I appreciate it, but sometimes it's like a little too plain.
Yeah, they're like,
be mean to me.
Yeah, like McDonald's, they treat you like an ex-wife.
Like you should be treated if you're going to McDonald's.
Like you pull in, and they're like,
you
what
need to
the
feel
fuck
like
do
shit
you
when you
want?
leave there. You need to feel like shit when you leave, so that when you're eating your food, you're like, I shouldn't be eating this.
Yeah, Chick-fil-A, they're like, welcome to the Lord's Den. Would you like some chicken? You're like, fuck yeah, I would.
And it's like so fucking good. Of course you're gonna go back. You're like, they're so nice, and the food's good. Fuck.
Yeah, and then you say thank you. I always say, I'm like, oh, thank you.
But don't get me wrong, we love McDonald's too.
My pleasure.
Yeah,
but you walk into fucking McDonald's and they're like, what the fuck do you want, you piece of shit? I'm like, a McChicken, no lettuce. They're like, no lettuce?
No lettuce.
I'm going to unwrap one of these fucking McChickens from the back, scrape off the fucking lettuce. No. And then fucking give it to you. And that's where you're going to get, you fat fuck. And I'm just kind of like, yes, I like it, and then I eat it. But Chick-fil-A, you go there and they're like, "Welcome to Lord's Palace. Would you like a piece of chicken with a pickle on it? Better yet,
You want
lettuce,
extra pickle?
tomato, extra pickle. How about a piece of cheese? My pleasure." And you're just like, "This ain't right. This
No,
ain't
it's
right."
not. But it
But
feels
anyway, so we pull into fucking Chick-fil-A, and these people are so goddamn polite. And I roll down the window, and they're like, "Oh my God, thank you for coming to God's palace, and we serve chicken here. What can I get you?" And my buddy Josh from the back seat's like, "Fuck you! Give me a chicken sandwich," just to like fuck with me. And it probably wasn't that. It was probably something worse, or
Way
you
worse.
know, some like, I can't even really remember. But the girl was like, "Huh?" I literally was so mortified. I had to pull the fuck away. We blew out of the drive-thru. I was so fucking embarrassed. I'm red now just thinking about it. Like,
I would have loved to have been a fly on the wall.
like I just, my friends are just fucking idiots, and I love them to death. But like, they always just try and do shit. We all did it to each other, but it's like one of those things where you always just try and put people on blast.
Uh-huh.
You know what I mean? Like, the one time, my buddy Evan and I,
I hope this is the story that I want. I have a story that I want so bad, and I hope you're reading my mind.
I
think you're gonna deliver on this.
I don't know.
I think you are.
All right, so my buddy and I, I'm trying to figure out how to phrase this the right way.
You guys were young.
We were very young.
You guys were probably still in high school.
We were definitely still in high school, and I went over to Evan's house the one time, and you know, we rolled a little bit of the devil's lettuce, and we smoked it in a shed. And we is this a story that you thought?
Thank God. Thank God.
So we walk back into his house. We're out of the shed, and we're sitting there, and we're like, "Oh my God, we're starving!" Right? Like, we're like, "Holy shit, we didn't plan this right. We're a little too off our rocker, and we're like, we can't drive. Like, what the hell do we do?" Evan goes, "Let's call Brennan. He'll
Poor
come
Brennan,
over.
the
He wants
nicest
to,
freaking
guy.
guy.
Brennan is one of our buddies that just like he was always down to hang out. Now we call him Uncle Bren because he never comes
around once a year.
He comes around once a year, so he's Uncle Brennan.
Uncle Brennan.
But,
We love him.
Love you, Uncle Bren. But before, it was just like Brennan, like, whatever. Like, whenever you hit him up, he was like, "Yeah, I'll be there." So Evan's like, "I'm freaking starving." And I'm like, "Well, what do you want to do?" Like, whatever. Evan's like, "Let's go to Sonic." And I'm like, "Well, neither of us can drive." So Brennan comes over and he pulls up, and Evan goes, "Just act cool. Don't tell him we're high. Like, we're just, like, just."
You pieces of shit. You only called him to
we're like,
taking it
he was like,
Sonic.
"Just be cool. Like, let's just act like everything's cool." So we go, and everything was like totally fine until we got to Sonic, and I think that's when shit started to settle in. And we're sitting there, and Brennan's like, "All right, what do you guys want?" And me and Evan couldn't make a full sentence, and it was one of those things where it's like contagious laughter where you're just crying, laughing.
Mm-hmm.
And I could not breathe. And Brennan looks at both of us, and he's like, "Are you guys high?" And we're like, yeah. Dumbass. Like, what the hell? Like, can you not tell? Like, what the hell? So he got all pissy, whatever. It was fine. We all laugh about it now, but he drops us back off at Evan's house, and it's time to go. And I'm still a little
under the influence.
I wouldn't say that. I
No?
would just say
Okay.
I was a little on edge. And oh God, I remember I was driving my dad's 02 Maxima.
Yo, Tony, do you know this story though?
Probably not. Actually, no. That was probably. Oh
Cheers to
man.
that.
Oh, this is funny.
I'm
'cause
hyped about this.
This is probably the first time my parents ever going to hear this story. So.
Well, listen.
Oh man, I'm
Should we
actually
cheers,
really nervous.
actually?
Yeah, cheers.
I want a good gulp for this.
I'm actually pretty nervous. Let me just pause for a minute because this is definitely the first time my parents are ever going to hear this story. So just hang on.
And they're gonna listen, and I love that. I love that. Every single second of it.
So it's time to go, and
You're still a little.
I'm still a little spacey.
Okay.
Okay. Hop in the car. No big deal. Everything's fine. Driving. my dad's O2 Maxima. Thought I'm cool as shit. Put in the underglow and everything like that. I was like Tokyo drifting this bitch, right?
Coolest kid ever.
The coolest kid. And anybody I went to high school with, fuck you. You know I wasn't.
Yo, wait. How long did you wear puka beads for?
Oh man, fuck you. That is a travesty, and that was a middle school phase.
Was it middle school?
I did not wear puka beads in high school. Fuck you. Anyway, go.
Yeah, I'm sure he did. Probably till 10th grade.
And the spiky hair, faux hawk, all that shit. Anyway, so driving home is late as shit. Excuse me. It's pretty late at night. For
Excuse you.
Excuse me.
Oh
Sorry.
my god.
Yo,
Are you a
chill.
dragon?
I just listen. I'm stressed. All right. I just
Listen, it's all good. You were a young child that knew better, right?
No. So I'm driving home. I'm pretty. Let's be honest. Let's just really lay it out there. I'm driving home. I'm ripped out of my mind. I smoked a little too much. The Sonic didn't do shit. I'm trying to focus. It's really a short drive, and as I'm ripping through, I see lights, and I go, "Oh my god!" Right? And I hear whoop whoop, and I'm like, I am so fucked. Right? Like I start freaking out because I immediately think I'm getting pulled over, whatever. Everything's so confusing. And I look, and it's not a cop. It's an ambulance. Right? So I go, oh fuck. And by the time I realize it's an ambulance, I realize that I'm driving like 15 miles under the fucking speed limit because I'm high as shit. And the ambulance is in my rectum because they can't get around me. Okay? And they couldn't get in the other lane because there was cars coming the other way. So they're like in my ass, and I'm like, I'm getting pulled over. And it literally wasn't that at all. So once I realized, and I was like, oh my God, it's a fucking ambulance, I swerve off the fucking road into this dude's fucking front lawn, and I take out a bush or two, like multiple bushes.
Wait, one or two?
I don't really know. Not my proudest moment. I freaked the fuck out because I'm like, ah! Like as I'm like high as shit. Okay, like 17, 18 years old, stoned out of my mind. Thought I was gonna get pulled over. Oh, it's an ambulance. Swerve, run over two bushes, and somebody I don't fucking know's front lawn. Right. So then I'm like, oh fuck, what do I do? And then I'm like, I just need to drive away. So I just bolt. I leave. Right.
Oh my god.
But my fucking car feels weird. Like I'm driving and I'm like, oh my god, the bushes, they messed up my car, like something is bad. So I pull over at the school.
You were at the school?
Well, the way I go home, I have to cut through like the school. So I pull over by the tennis courts, and when I pull in, I hop out of my car and I'm like, all right, I'm like freaking out. I'm like, oh my god, let me see. Like, what's
You gotta
going
check
on.
this shit out.
Let me check this shit out. I'm literally like freaking out. I walk around the car. Don't you know? I took this motherfucker's bushes with me.
You ruined his landscape and then took it with you.
No. I had 2 full bushes in my car.
Are you freaking kidding me?
I'm dead serious. I literally had to rip out the bushes from like the tread of my car, like under, like in the wheel well.
Oh my god.
Bush, like I'm not even
like
kidding,
a whole
like
shrub,
full branches and shit. I'm like ripping shit out, and I throw it on the ground, and I'm just like
at the school in front of a tennis court.
I just threw it, and I leave, and I go home, and whatever. The next day is fine.
Did you drive by? Did you check on this man? Were you a good citizen?
Because of a lifelong of Catholic guilt. I decided to drive by this man's house the next day because I was mortified about his shrubbery. And I'm oh, man, this is so fucked up. Don't you know I drove by this motherfucker's house and he's out there patting out his front lawn? I'm not even kidding. This motherfucker's out there patting down dirt. Like,
oh my God.
And I was just like, oh, I got leaves sticking out of my car still, and I'm driving by, and this
Kidding
dude's
me?
like patting down dirt in his front lawn. I'm like, oh,
You return
my
to the
God.
scene of the crime.
Yeah,
Oh my
and I went there.
I can't
and
believe
I
you
was
did
just
that.
Like, yeah, no. It was. Listen, it's not the highlight of my life, but it is funny.
So I guess my question is, so now that you are where you are in life,
Mm.
do you continue to check on that house to make sure Shrubbery came back?
Oh yeah, it's fully grown back. It looks
Is
great
it?
now.
Does it look
Yeah.
good?
Yeah.
Do you check? Do you like check on it every once in a while?
Listen, if you have an anxiety disorder,
You know.
you fucking check that shit.
You check it all
Mhm.
the time.
Of course.
I love it.
But it's also on the way back to my parents' house, so it's like, I drive home from our house and I have to pass that motherfucker. So I always look and I'm like, how them bushes doing, bro? They look good.
they look great.
Yeah. Looking
Good job.
fire.
I'm sorry about that, but you did a good job on this.
I did you a service. For sure.
I love it.
For sure. But that was
That's hilarious.
that's not one of the finer moments of my life, but
No, I get that. Unfortunately.
what?
The not fine moments of life.
Mm.
When you do stupid crap when you're young.
Yeah, unfortunately for me, I have a lot of those.
As do I, unfortunately.
You got one?
I got one.
All right, let me hear it.
All right. So I was in high school still. I didn't have my license yet. And so me and 3 of my girlfriends at the time, which I'm still friends with one of them, really good friends. We went to this guy's house to hang out, which of course, we were rebellious. Like I had a lot more freedom than I should have at that age. And this is a story that my mom also doesn't know. So my bad. Anyways, so
That's good.
me and my girlfriends, we go to this guy's house because of course he's like, yo, like, you guys should come over. We can have a couple drinks, like hang out, whatever. And like at the time, like I wasn't quite a drinker yet, but like, I was like, I'll have 1 or 2 because like it's uncomfortable when you're younger and you don't know like if you want to do that or what it'll do.
Yeah.
And my friends were like, they're like, oh, whatever, cool. Like we're fine. And so the girl that was driving, between her and my one other girlfriend, they were going shot for shot with what I believe was Pinnacle Whipped.
Oh, what a nightmare.
And
what a nightmare.
It was one of the most disgusting things I've ever seen. I think they were on like shot 10 or 11 and we were young. We were like 17 and they were like, it was a thing, we all pressure each other to drink. Let's be real. When we're young, we do that shit.
I still do that. Shout out my cousin Mike.
So they're doing
Take
that.
a drink, bitch. And
Wait.
look, I wasn't talking to you, but
I know.
Michael, drink up, motherfucker.
Drink up.
Mang. Anyway, go ahead.
So those 2 girlfriends were going shot for shot. My other girlfriend, she really was like kind of scared to drink. So she was smoking some of the devil's lettuce as well.
Mm.
And I had like maybe 1 drink. Like I was just like, well, these fuckers are getting fucked up. Someone needs to make sure we make it home. Cause like we kind of knew these guys kind of well, but not well enough that we'd be sleeping over, if you know what I mean.
Mm.
So it was probably like 2 a.m. And like these girls were shit faced. And I was like, all right, we gotta go.
How old were these guys?
I don't know. They were old enough to be able to get alcohol.
Talking about a little bit of too old pedophile action.
I mean, it's like, like those like when you're in high school and there's those guys that
I'm
like
hanging out with college guys.
No, but like
It's
the college
oh my
guys are
God.
so into it because they're like,
disgusting.
like, and here's the thing, I am not like age discriminatory at all, but like there's something about somebody being 21 hanging out with like 16, 17-year-old kids where I'm like, dude, you're probably like, I know you're mentally not mature enough for this, but like you shouldn't be buying us booze. You know what I mean? You shouldn't be making sure we're going shot for shot with you. And that happens a lot in this world. Not unfortunately, because I think, most people aren't like weird about it, but there's a couple that are, and we all know that like when you went to high school, you know who those people are, and you're like, you see them and you judge from afar. We all do that shit, right? So, anyways,
you were one of those people that we judge from afar.
me?
Yeah.
No, them.
Oh, the older people.
The older guys, of course.
Oh, you don't judge the younger women either.
I mean, to a point, but like, I mean,
I'm saying in high school.
Oh, in high school. I mean,
That's
yeah,
what
I
I'm
guess.
saying. If you're watching in high school, I remember I was seeing those girls that were like, "Yeah, all my friends are in college," and I'm like, "Okay."
Are they really? What are you doing with
You
that?
know what I mean? It's like,
Oh,
okay,
well,
that's a little weird.
You're doing shit that you probably shouldn't be doing.
Yeah. Anyway.
So I'm like, all right. It was like 2:00 in the morning, 3:00 in the morning, and I was freaking out because we were about like 15, 20 minutes from from my dad's house at the time. And I was like, shit, we gotta make it home. Like, God bless my dad, because he's no longer with us. But his house was like the go-to house for all my friends, because we could just like go and please as we wanted to. And typically I didn't abuse it too much, but there were definitely times where I left at 3:00 in the morning and came back by 6. You know what I mean? Before he got back from work or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
So that night I'm like, oh shit, we got to get back. Like, I need to make sure that we're home before my dad gets back from work, because he was working third shift at the time. And I'm like, also I need to make sure these bitches aren't going to throw up in my house while he's home. So I'm like, all right, throw one of my girlfriends in the backseat. This guy's like all over her, and I'm like, yeah, like, she's drunk as shit. Get the fuck away from her. You need to go away. Lock the door.
You're an adult man. Hop off.
Right, but like, we were young and it was
I
like
get it.
fun,
I
whatever.
Yeah.
I was like, get the fuck away from her. Lock the door, close it, put her, like, seatbelt, whatever. Other girlfriend who was also drunk as shit. I'm like, all right, your turn. And then this other guy was like talking to her, and I'm like, did you not see what just happened to that one? Walk the fuck away.
Mm-hmm.
So I throw her in, seatbelt on, lock the door, close the door. Megan wasn't drinking, was high as shit. She's running around like, and I'm like, listen, bitch, get the fuck over here. I wasn't worried about you. I'm not worrying about you right now. Love her
you
so
were
much.
not right responsibility
so
all
much.
night.
Like, I'm like, you need to get over here now. I'm like, Tina Marie and Heather are already in the car. Get the fuck over here. She's like, okay, all right.
I don't want to feel responsible.
I'm like, you're only high. I know that's like terrible to say, but like, in comparison to 10 shots, you're fine. Threw her in the car, locked the door, and closed the door. Now I'm 17. I'm one of those people that was like late to their license. It's like a couple weeks before graduation, and I'm like, shit, I'm probably gonna get in trouble. Like, we're gonna get in trouble. I was convinced. Driving this car, not mine, no insurance, on a pretty major road, cop behind me. Thankfully, I was straight. He didn't pull me over, nothing. But I'm like, the whole time, I'm like, oh my God, this guy's gonna fucking pull me over.
Yeah.
I honestly thought this cop was gonna pull me over. I was freaking the fuck out. Thankfully, I like knew a back road, so I like made a quick turn, and I was like very chill about it. And I made it home all good. We were all alive. Nobody got like hurt. Nobody threw up. It was all good. But when I'm telling you, at 17 years old, like,
yeah, that's
driving without my license, it was like so traumatizing. But now to this day, I'm like, yo, I was a badass bitch at a young age.
What, you ever think about shit? Is it that, or is it where you just a dumbass? Like,
oh, totally dumbass. Totally dumbass.
Like, I think about stuff, and it's like, I think about, like, perfect example is the one time, I guess it was either senior week or we went down the shore for a week. That it's like my senior year of high school, and I definitely shouldn't have been drinking, and I was at a young age, and I just remember, like, to go back to my main point, you ever look back at shit and you're like,
dear God, if I have kids, I hope they never do the shit that I do.
Correct.
Yeah.
So when we were down, and it was, I don't think it was senior week. I'm actually pretty sure it was. The group of us went down a couple months after. So we did senior week and all that kind of shit, and it was great. I'll get into that at another time. Just because I got sick as shit.
He's got a ton of stories.
I got sick. I got MRSA. I was on crutches.
He was disgusting.
I came home from senior week, like, I was like the poster child of, like, don't let your kid go to senior week. That was like me. But we went down again because my parents were like, fuck that. You're going to do it again.
You need a new experience.
Right. But because my parents are awesome. Anyway, and I mean that.
They're the best. They really,
like,
really are awesome.
Seriously, like, I remember hopping out of the car on crutches, and my parents were just like, Nick, what the fuck? So the fact that they even let me go, back down the shore again is a Christmas miracle. Anyway, so I just remember being down there, hammered off my ass. And it's me and my buddy Josh, and there's a bunch of us just walking the boardwalk. And they had the police officers on the horses. So I walk over.
I already hate you from this. I'm sorry.
Yeah, which
Only because you preface that, and I'm like already thinking like, what the fuck, as a 17, 18-year-old kid, are you doing drunk as shit around a cop?
Approaching law enforcement. Like drunk as shit, underage.
That's painful.
Hammered,
That's painful, right?
Blackout drunk. And I walk up and I walk up to the horse and I immediately just start petting this horse right down his head. And I look up at the cop and I go, "Excuse me, officer, where can I get me one of these?" And I am slurring hard as shit. And the cop literally looks at me, laughs for a second, looks down at my buddy Josh and goes, "Get this guy the fuck out of here before
I give him an underage."
I fucking give him an underage. Like, but that's like my stupid ass. You know what I mean? It's just.
Well, no, I mean, think about when you're young. Like, you do stupid shit. Everybody does stupid shit, but it's like, you think back now and you're like, God, like, think about what could have freaking happened. Like,
oh yeah.
Like, there, like when I was talking about earlier, like me and my girlfriends, like my best friends, like we would literally leave my house at 3:00 in the morning and go to this neighborhood down the street to go hang out with boys because like we were bored and it was like right like around summer.
God,
it was like
poor dad had no idea.
He had no clue, and my poor mom had no idea either.
You were Satan.
I wasn't though, because that's the thing. My parents thought I was good.
Say that they'd rather have
dogs.
Dogs.
Another dog, right? 2 dogs, at least 2.
Oh, I wasn't even going there.
No, but honestly, that's the thing. Like, I was like at that point in time, like, or even now, like, I was so close with my mom that like, and I would say 85% of the time I was pretty good. You know what I mean? Like, that's pretty good, right? But I was still doing like crazy shit with my friends, and I'm like, now I'm like, oh my God.
You say 85% of the time. I was good 99.98% of the time. I think my parents can vouch for that.
You're full of shit.
No, you don't understand, dude. I was a cherub as a child, and
to the full age of 18. Because you turned 18 after you graduated, right?
Correct. And then I turned 18 and I started smoking weed and run over people.
And drinking.
Motherfucker!
You were drinking before you were 18. So who the hell are you?
Oh, man. I got stories, too. But that's another podcast.
That is another podcast.
That is another fucking podcast. So,
speaking of...
wrap this up because we are fucking really long. This is a long one, I think.
Is
this is probably one of the longest ones. No?
No.
No?
No, last week was longer.
Was it?
Oh my God.
Oh shit.
Wait, can we do some Becca-Mendations?
Do we want to do that?
Yeah, we're at like 50-some minute mark.
Oh, all right. We
do
got
some
time.
Becca-Mendations.
I'm sorry. I thought we were. I lost track of time.
Well, maybe you should just like go with the flow.
Listen, you're in charge, so I'm listening.
I'm trying to be in charge.
You're running the ship this week.
Listen, I am like, it's hard for me to like be in control and not control every single minute that's happening. So the fact that we were able to have like a full conversation about different TikToks and everything that's happening is fucking amazing for me, honestly. Okay. I'm pretty hyped.
Well, all right.
What do you got for me? I need some good shit. I want to help the world.
Here's the thing. Becca's advice is, I ask for it and I get, fuck off, Nick. No, so these are questions just random peasants are asking on the internet.
I want to help these peasants become great people.
Becca is just gracing them with her fucking greatness. So listen up, peasants, because we're about to divulge because she doesn't even divulge my questions.
No, I don't. I'm sorry.
So we're gonna divulge on yours instead. So the first question: is there a spell to become a mermaid that actually works? Because I'd like to know if there's a spell available to become a mermaid, one that works. I'm asking people that believe in mermaids. Don't say things like mermaids don't exist because I take it very seriously and I find it offensive. Please help me find a spell By the way, I am also a witch.
Okay, so if you're a witch and you don't know this spell, are you kidding me? Are you kidding me?
Yeah, what kind of fucking witch are you?
All right, so this is like a little cliche and not many people know about this. So here's how you become a mermaid. You either have to go into like a deep body of water, like the ocean, but like you don't want to go too deep. Like you could go like, like belly deep.
Do you go pantsless?
I'd prefer not. I think you should wear pants, at least a bathing suit. So
Okay.
like you need to be able to go fully underneath the water. Like if there's a deep pool that you go into, that's great. If not, that's fine. Like you need to be fully immersed. And I know this sounds crazy, but do you remember the spell from Harry Potter? Wingardium Leviosa.
Yeah.
You do that when you're underwater, and then you become a mermaid.
You just pissed off every Harry Potter fan.
Honestly, I think, yeah. She pissed me off, honestly.
Listen, I'm sorry. Listen, here's the thing. Like, I understand.
No.
Wait, I understand that Wingardium Leviosa is supposed to make things float. But here's the thing. I think that you being able to turn your bottom half into a fin underwater with that will work better. Because I've heard that it works.
I am mortified. I
love Harry Potter, though, for real.
No, honestly, I don't think you could say that you do.
I
Just
do.
because you just said that shit.
I just want to
and
help.
You just
Listen,
pissed off an entire group of people.
Listen, this girl's a witch. I can't imagine
What school'd you go to, bitch?
No,
if you're a witch, what school'd you go to, huh? Huh?
We're not doing that.
What you in?
I don't like that.
Slytherin?
I don't like that.
Hufflepuff?
Hufflepuff, for sure.
Ravenclaw?
Hufflepuff.
What house you in, motherfucker?
If you're asking that question, you're a Hufflepuff.
Me?
No, I'm saying you're asking. You don't know the spell. You didn't pay attention.
Exactly.
You're a
Andrew was right.
Hufflepuff.
See, Andrew
She's
pays
already.
attention.
But here's the thing: she's already a witch, and then she's asking about a spell for being a mermaid. She's already fucking up. She should know this shit. She's a witch.
Yeah, just eat some gillyweed, bitch. Anyway.
No, Wingardium Leviosa. Shut the fuck
I mean,
off with that gillyweed.
Nick's got better canon than you do.
Listen, I hear
Well,
the
just
gillyweed all
saying,
you
if,
want.
If you really wanted to make
closer.
an in-canon Harry Potter joke, let's go gillyweed.
All right, well,
Anyway.
let's be real here. She didn't ask to take a pill. She asked for a spell.
A pill?
Or a
Becca,
lead.
stop while you're ahead.
Becca, how drunk are you right now?
I'm not!
What did...
Yes!
How...
I might be there soon!
All right, how about I got one more.
Give me another one. No, that's all you got? One more?
No, I got two more.
All right, give me what you got.
All right. First one. And this one says resolved, which is weird.
I love when they're resolved because
If
I feel like
Batman, and I'm just going to read it like
just read it.
verbatim.
Yeah.
So I'm not going to try and like clean it up a little bit.
they're not. Okay,
So
don't.
my
I don't like
apologies
when
for the
it's
bad grammar. If Batman parents are died, comma, then how was he born? It doesn't make sense how died parents can have children, comma. Did they think this through?
All right, so I guess I'll go dark with y'all. I think we already went over this. My dad's not here anymore.
Oh my God.
And I'm
Why
here.
are we going here?
Okay, fine. I'll go a different route.
No, go there.
All
I
right,
like
so
that.
my dad is no longer with us, which God bless his soul. Thankfully, he can't watch this. No, I'm just kidding. I'm only kidding. Literally only kidding. I'm allowed to make these jokes. So I would love to know. I guess this is a question for my mom. So, Mom, how did you make me by yourself, and then still have my dad as a dad? I guess that's a question, right?
This is, oh man.
Is this too dark?
I don't know.
Am I touching on things that I shouldn't?
I
touch
feel
on?
uncomfortable. Andrew, how are you feeling?
Are you uncomfortable?
This is the dark arts if I ever
I
saw
love.
it.
I
This
love
is the
dark
fucking
arts.
dark arts.
No, but, okay. So let's.
Becca, if you were a teacher at Hogwarts, you'd be Defense Against the Dark Arts.
Which one?
What?
Oh my God.
The one that only lasts a year.
Yeah.
I know, that's
the
what I'm
one
saying.
Position. It's like a year-long contract. You sign, you get bit by a werewolf, you get a
That's
zombie
what I'm
on the
saying.
back
Which
of your
one would I
head.
be,
It,
though?
Like, shit happens.
Can you identify me with one specifically?
Yes, the werewolf one.
Or Umbridge.
No.
If you compare me to Umbridge, I'm gonna fucking jump right now.
All right.
Just kidding.
I have one more question for you. You ready?
Yeah.
Okay. Why does my arm shake and turn bright red when I'm eating dirt.
So I have some questions, like a little bit deeper. Do we have like a username for this person? Is this resolved?
No.
Okay.
No, they're still waiting for resolution.
So here's the thing. I'm gonna do this, and I don't mean this in any disrespect, but there's two sides to this story depending on this person. So if you're a man, the reason why your arm is red when you're eating dirt is because you like jerked off so much throughout as a kid that when you eat dirt, like it's an allergic reaction. But if it's for females, it's cause like your dirt isn't good for you.
Are we okay? Is everybody okay here? Is everybody okay at home? I just want to make sure. Honestly,
We have to put a disclaimer on all of these.
Andrew, let's get a close up here of just me. For everybody that's watching at home, I sincerely, and I really mean this, sincerely apologize for the fucking person next to me because
I don't.
holy shit. I really don't. I'm not responsible for anything that comes out of her mouth. And I really don't know what happened here tonight. So I apologize. I think we all drank a little too much. And
Listen, I'm having a
And
fun
didn't
time.
we didn't eat. We haven't eaten
We
anything.
haven't eaten yet. We're fine. Stop being a bully.
We don't even have time to edit this.
No, it's fine.
This is just a nightmare.
No,
all
okay,
around.
but let's be clear. So for men,
We're going back?
of course, I have to clarify here because, like, you know, I just need to make sure that people understand my message. So if you're a man and you jerked off a lot as a kid and now still, it's because you have an allergic reaction
To
because
dirt?
yeah. But for women, if you have a red arm, like there's a mineral in the dirt that doesn't interact with your body well, so like it's not good for you. But it's not the same for men. Men is only because they jerk off too much.
All right, everybody. Thank you for tuning in.
Wait, we're gonna end on this note.
I think we should. I think.
Do we
there's-
enjoy that?
I-
Okay.
Honestly, I don't think there's a better note to end
I'm kind
on.
of sad. I missed you guys.
We'll see them next week.
We will.
Listen here, all you brickheads and boners and.
Maybe next week you'll be able to watch it on Monday.
To all our Patreons, maybe next
Sorry.
week you'll get it on Monday. If not, we really slacked off this week.
We are
My
sorry.
bad.
We love you guys.
We
All you
really do
boners.
love you
We
guys.
love
Love
you.
your support. This episode was kind of a little wacky. Circumstances. Look, the world sucks right now. We're here to make you laugh.
We just want to do that. For
That's
you.
all we want to do. We want to be your outlet. We love you guys, and
Can't wait to see you.
can't wait to see you guys next week. So, would you like to wrap it up?
Wrap it up. Wrap it up. If you're jerking off and then eating, you got a reaction. Wrapping it up. There's no condoms there.
All right, so that's it, everybody.
My bad.
Thanks for tuning in to Bricks and Bones podcast. We'll see y'all next week. Cheers.
Bye.